Well, hello, everyone. My name is Darnell Self. I'm actually from the Maryland area. I live about 15 minutes outside of Washington, D.C. My background is that of a retail manager. I worked at a men's and women's clothing store. My wife worked at a cable station called BET. And because of the information I'm about to share with you, it's allowed us to become stay-at-home parents for our 4 children. In fact, we haven't worked a job since we're in our 20s. We're both in our 40s now. And because of this business, we've been able to really make a difference while making a living. So it's our honor to be able to share this information with you today. Now, what we found is that the best business models of today are simple, disruptive, noble. They are not easily duplicated, and typically they have an app. So let's look at some examples. Now, one disruptive innovation that I'm sure we're all familiar with is Uber. It's changed the taxi and black car industry. Why? It's simpler, easier, and more affordable. Netflix, another disruptive innovation that disrupted the movie rental space, the brick and mortar retail stores like Blockbuster. Why? It's simpler, easier, more affordable. You can watch as many videos as you want for one monthly fee right from your smart device or smart TV. Airbnb, another disruptive innovation, changing the way people book accommodations. In fact, people are booking unique homes and rooms and apartments, experiencing a city just like a local. Why? It's simpler, easier, and more affordable. Listen, people are no longer going to get film developed and sending pictures to their loved ones. There are platforms like Instagram that are disruptive innovation that we can actually send around the world pictures of our loved ones, experiences, and people can see them instantaneously. Why? It's simpler, easier, and more affordable. Listen, whether we're aware or we choose to ignore disruptive innovation, we cannot argue that it's happening with or without us. Let's look at Amazon, right? No longer up for discussion, non-negotiable. It's happening. In fact, we know this disruptive innovation is forcing brick and mortar companies, retail establishments to shut their doors. Why? It's simpler, easier, and more affordable. Now let's take a look at one of the oldest professions, the legal profession. Most say it's expensive, unresponsive, and unaccountable. I'm extremely excited to announce Legal Shield, another disruptive innovation, this time with the legal profession, making it affordable, accountable, and responsive. For the first time, leveling the legal playing field, allowing the average person to collectively have access to what the wealthy have always had access to individually. It's simpler, it's easier, and now more affordable. So let's talk a little bit about the history of Legal Shield and a little bit about the reputation of our company. I believe it's important if you're going to participate with a company that you know that company's rock solid. A company's not here today and gone tomorrow. And so the gentleman you see featured here is our founder, the great late Mr. Harlan C. Stonecipher, out of Oklahoma. He found himself in a car accident and had auto insurance to take care of that banged up car and health insurance to take care of his hospital stay, but nothing to take care of the legal bills that were a result of that accident, which, by the way, was no fault of his own. And like the average person, he didn't have $200, $300 an hour it takes to hire a lawyer. He wondered if there was a company that existed like that. It didn't here in North America, so he started Legal Shield in 1972. We approximately have 4.6 million lives that we protect across the U.S. and Canada today, and we have a dedicated network of quality law firms in all 50 states and even 4 provinces of Canada. And by the way, we have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. Our purpose? Simply to protect and empower people. Our vision? To provide equal access to the liberty, equality, opportunity, and justice that every human being deserves and expects. And our mission? To help people improve their lives by teaching life-transforming skills and to deliver exceptional products and services that promote peace of mind and confidence in a world that's oftentimes uncaring and selfish. Now, you may be thinking what I thought when I first heard about Legal Shield. I thought to myself, well, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't break the law, so I don't need to prepay for a lawyer. But then I quickly realized that bad things happen to good people too, right? Good people are treated unfairly, taken advantage of, overcharged for repairs. Let's take a look at some of the common legal situations that good people encounter all the time. Landlord-tenant issues, consumer finance, estate planning, traffic, real estate, employment, collections, civil litigation, family law, criminal, automobile accidents, right? And the list goes on and on. Now, with Legal Shield's disruptive innovation, you can download the Legal Shield app right to your smart device, and with the tap on your phone, you can actually call your lawyer and have equal access to the justice system. Number one, personal legal advice on an unlimited number of issues. This is huge to be able to talk to a lawyer and not have to worry about a bill showing up after that consultation. Imagine the things you can call them on. I called them because I had a brand new sofa delivered to my home, and I signed off saying that everything looked good, but I didn't notice there was a little scratch or rip at the bottom of it until later on the next day. And so I called the furniture companies to let them know. I thought they'd say, hey, no problem, we'll send someone out. But they said, hey, you already signed that said it was okay when we delivered it. How do we know you didn't do it? You know, you go back and forth. Well, I called Legal Shield, press the button on my phone, and they said there's 3 type of warranties in your state. This is going to fall under the second warranty, code XYZ, some long number, right? They said, we'll make a phone call on your behalf or write a letter to that furniture company on your behalf. Now, a lawyer writing a letter or making a phone call means a lot more than us writing that same letter, right, or making that same phone call. Long story short, I got a new sofa delivered to me. That was the power of having a lawyer get involved, because if you don't know your rights, we don't have any. And so to be able to pick up the phone and talk to a lawyer is huge. They wrote a cease and desist letter on my behalf because a creditor was harassing me over $92 that I didn't owe, but I kept going back and forth saying I don't owe the money. They said they were going to send my name to a collection agency until my lawyers got involved, all under my membership. They'll also review contracts and documents on our behalf, up to 15 pages. They say the bold print giveth, but the fine print taketh back away. I've saved thousands of dollars just on contract review alone. You've got IRS audit assistance, civil trial defense, both for pretrial and actual trial time, family domestic services. This was a 90-day waiting period, but it's for uncontested divorce, adoption, separation, and even name change. You also have the ability to get assistance on moving traffic violations. You just press the button right there on your phone. It'll ask for permission to open up the camera function of your phone. You take a picture of the citation, send it over to the law firm, and they'll contact you within 8 business hours to give you the consultation necessary. Listen, this has kept points off my license, which means my insurance didn't have to go up. It's assisted me even out of my own area, which has been great. That saved me time and money when I got a speeding ticket in Texas. And by the way, again, I live in Maryland. So again, this is huge for me, especially with my teenage drivers I have in the household. This has been a huge peace of mind for my wife and I. We also give you access to your last will and testament, a living will, and a health care power of attorney. This is important, right? I'm almost embarrassed to say when I first heard of Legal Shield, I did not have a last will and testament. I was in my 20s, and sometimes you feel invincible when you're young, but death doesn't have an age attached to it. I remember when my uncle was connected to life support, and my mom and her sisters didn't have to argue back and forth on whether they thought my uncle would want to be disconnected because it was in his living will. But I've seen siblings no longer speak because they thought one made the wrong decision over their loved one. Don't put your family through this. Legal Shield has taken away the number one excuse why people don't have a last will and testament, which is finances. We actually give you a will just by becoming a member with Legal Shield, and we'll update that each year. So that includes, again, your living will and a health care power of attorney. Once you become a Legal Shield member and you actually download your app, with just the push of a button, you can actually start on your last will and testament. Now, this last button is our 24/7 emergency access button to a lawyer at 2 in the morning on a holiday. I'm telling you, this gives my wife and I an extreme amount of peace of mind. One of our kids is in college. He's a great kid, but he could be a nice kid at the right party with the wrong crowd at the wrong time. So again, make sure your family members also download this app and have it on their smart device. Now, you also get a 25% preferred member discount on anything that falls outside of the 100% coverage. But what if you have a pre-existing condition, like an auto accident, or contested divorce, or landlord hassle, or what if you want to file a lawsuit yourself? Well, these all fall under our discounted services. In my opinion, a discount is better than full price any day. So after today, once you take advantage of the Legal Shield membership, you'll never, ever have to pay 100% for your legal fees again. At a minimum, you'll get a discount with Legal Shield. Oh, and by the way, you have access to our member perks, which gives you access to over 400 vendors where you get to save money because you're a Legal Shield member. Companies like Best Buy and Amazon and eBay, or maybe you're going to the movies to an AMC theaters, or you're renting a car from Budget. These are all opportunities to save money. In fact, my wife and I save more money every single month than we actually pay for our Legal Shield membership. So make sure you tap the button that says Member Perks and start saving your way to pay for your legal plan. Who's covered? The member's spouse, never married dependent children under the age of 26 living at home or full-time college students, dependent children under the age of 18 from whom the member is a legal guardian, and then physically and mentally disabled children living at home for the life of them, all under one membership. So here's the big question of the hour. Which would you choose? A lawyer charging $250 an hour, or join Legal Shield and get access to law firms for about $1 a day? I know it's a no-brainer. We're not just talking about a lawyer, because every lawyer doesn't know every area of law, like every doctor doesn't know every area of medicine. So it's important to have access to law firms, and you can do this through a shared economy. It's not your $1 a day or my $1 a day, but collectively over 1 million people paying $1 a day that attracts the best law firms that money can buy. So let's switch gears for a second. With all of the recent data breaches, there is a huge problem that everyone faces: identity theft. Criminals don't just want your money, they want your identity. Let's look at some of the most common types of identity theft: tax return, medical claims, Social Security claims, credit, driver's license, criminal and character. In fact, you are guilty until proven innocent. With our ID Shield app, we'll provide monitoring and alerts. We'll give you your credit score, and we'll monitor and alert you with Social Security number, passport, driver's license, medical ID, email, loans, credit cards, bank accounts, black market website surveillance, and even social media alerts, all with our ID Shield app. Our ID Shield product also offers comprehensive restoration. And what really differentiates us from every other product out there in the marketplace is we actually give you access to licensed private investigators who will do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to restore your identity back to its pre-theft status, even with a $5 million service guarantee. So you can have access to both our Legal Shield and our ID Shield services for only $39.90 a month for the entire family, $19.95 for our Legal Shield plan and $19.95 for our ID Shield plan. And by the way, if you're an individual, meaning that you're not married, you don't have any dependents, you can get it for $27.90 a month and a one-time $10 enrollment fee. Let's face it, this is the type of service you'd rather have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So certainly take advantage of it, and you'll be so glad that you did. Now, with the last couple of minutes we have here together, let's talk about how we make money. We make money through word-of-mouth marketing and team building. So we all start at the associate level. And at that level, when you go out and market the $39.90 plan, the Legal Shield plan plus the ID Shield plan, Legal Shield is going to send you $60 the next day after that's processed, direct deposit. I love that because you have an opportunity to start earning income right away. And then after your first 3 customers and 1 associate, that means 3 people just use the service, and then one of them inevitably is going to say, well, how much did you make when you shared the service with me? And you're going to say about $60. And when they say, well, can I do this too, part-time, spare time? You're going to say, sure. Well, with 3 customers and 1 associate, now you get a raise. So on your 4th customer, you're making $120 for the same effort. It's the same link they're watching, same video they're watching, same website they go to. You just make twice the amount of money for the same effort. Or you can just go get 6 customers, so nobody becomes an associate. But on your 7th customer, we call them members, you're now making $120 that way. Either way, you dictate your own raise here. After 15 customers, $140. You can do as fast as you want, or you can do this as slow as you want. After 50 customers, you get another raise to $160 per membership. After 100 memberships, $190. By the way, this is part-time. You still have your job. You're still a teacher, still an engineer, still a physician. This is why people love our company, because it's designed for part-time people. How awesome is that, to create an additional income stream part-time with a service everyone needs, most people don't have. You let them know it exists. They check it out. You've made almost $200 at the director level. Listen, I worked all day long at the mall, and after all day long, after taxes, I didn't make $200. This is an extra $200. Get 2 customers that week, that's $400. Right? So this is great part-time money. Now, at the senior director level, that's 25 memberships per month. That's $230 per membership you're going to make. And once you get 50 customers in a month, that's $280 per membership when you're marketing the service. This is based on your own effort. Now, I didn't do this by myself. I did it with the team. So, for an example, if you want to get 50 customers in a month, you don't have to do it all by yourself. If you had 10 people in your team and they each got 5 memberships, well, then that's 50 that month. So I did it with the team. It's like real estate. When a real estate broker has a real estate agent and the agent sells the home, the broker still makes a percentage. The same thing here. So for an example, if you're a senior associate and you introduce Darnell, you introduce me, I go out and market a service, I make $60. But if you see to the far right of senior associate, $20, whenever I make 60, you make 20. Are you mad at me? No. You're like, go, Darnell, go. If I got 10 customers, I would make 10 times my 60, $600. In this example, you'd make $20 times my 10 customers who you didn't even know for $200. And I made more than you, but I'm below you. That's right. At my job, my boss always made more. His boss made more than both of us, right? The people at the top made the most. Here, Legal Shield paid me the most, but I did the work. You don't mind because you made $200 for something you didn't even do. And by the way, that's cumulative. So if you're an executive director and you introduce Darnell to the business and I'm an associate, look at this all the way up. You make 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40 plus 50, $180 whenever I market a membership. This is passive income. It's leverage. My wife and I, we can earn income while we're watching our sons play football, watching my daughter at a dance recital. How powerful is this? It's leveraged passive income. Now listen, our commissions are awesome, but we also have bonus compensation for contests and incentives. For an example, we put out an incentive that if you move fast, we'll pay you more. For an example, if you go out and get your first 3 customers and 1 associate within your first 20 days, not only are you going to earn the commissions we just talked about, but you're going to earn another $360 bonus for doing that. Keep moving. 30 days later, go out and become a manager, which means 15 total customers, and you can do that with 3 associates on your team. That's another $360 in bonuses. Keep moving as an executive director and maintain that. That's 50 customers a month for 3 months in a row. That's a $10,000 bonus. So again, we have bonuses on top of our commission structure. Now, one of my favorite forms of income is residual income. It's like your car insurance policy, right? You signed up for it one time, but somebody's getting paid month after month every time you pay for that auto insurance. The same thing with your cable or satellite television service. You signed up for it one time, but whether you're in front of that TV watching cable or satellite that month or not, you're still paying for that bill, and someone's getting paid month after month for that. It's the same thing with Legal Shield. Every month a member pays. You're getting paid for the life of that member. This is huge. You see, I signed up when I was in my 20s. I'm in my 40s now, and I'm still getting paid off of some of the customers I signed up when I was in my 20s. That means you could be 18 years old listening in, and you're going to have an opportunity to say, I'm getting paid in my 40s for something I started when I was a teenager for the life of those members. Maybe you're in your 60s watching this webinar, and you're going to have an opportunity to say you're getting paid in your 70s for something you started in your 60s. Where in the world can you do that? But with Legal Shield, that's possible. Now, I mentioned contests and incentives earlier, but that's the 4th way we get paid. We have something called Performance Club. We take 4 incentive trips each year. We're not talking about your top 10 or your top 5. We had almost 900 people in the Bahamas just a few months ago. We also offer freedom bonuses. You can do whatever you want with those bonuses, pay off student loans or put it away for a college tuition fund, and we do an amazing amount of recognition to celebrate success here with Legal Shield. So what does it take to start your own Legal Shield business? $99. That's it. Just $99. You become an independent Legal Shield associate. You can go out and market your first couple of memberships. Remember I said you make $60 per membership at the beginning level? Well, 2 memberships, that's $120. You're already in profit mode right there. I mean, look, at $99, you can't be thinking, what if it doesn't work? You've got to be thinking, what if it does work? Especially when you think about you can write your $99 off on your taxes because you started your own home business. And we also have something called Legal Shield Advantage, which makes it really simple to run your own business right from the palm of your hand. Your first month is free. If you'd like to take advantage of it, it's only $19.95 a month. In my opinion, it's critical to have this. Why? You have an enhanced associate back office to help you to run your business. You have access to all the contests and incentives we talked about. You have a personalized website with e-commerce. That means you could live in Maryland where I live, but you know someone in California, all the way across the country, and you can send them a video. They like what they see. They sign up online. You get paid the next day, and they don't even live near you. So you have access to all of this right through your Legal Shield Advantage. You can build your business with certain mobile apps like Prospect by Legal Shield, which sends out videos and emails and even follows up for you. You have LS Engage, which helps you to communicate as you start to build your business in different markets across North America. So let's take a look at our proven track record. Because, again, I worked at the mall, worked in retail. You have no reason to buy my opinion. But I once heard it said this way: documentation beats conversation. So we've had 400-plus six-figure ring earners, $150,000 ring earners, 230 people that have been inducted into our Millionaires Club, which means they've been paid over $1 million throughout their tenure with Legal Shield, $1 billion paid in commissions in the last 10 years. And, again, a lot of us are part-time. Again, documentation beats conversation. Now, I know people are in different seasons of their life, and people join our business for different reasons. So it's important to see our associates enjoy different things about their Legal Shield business. They enjoy freedom and flexibility of working from home and belonging to a noble cause, a financial opportunity, spending quality time with their family, and living life on their own terms. So let's recap. The world's largest taxi company doesn't own any vehicles, Uber. The largest overnight accommodation provider owns no hotels, Airbnb. The most popular media provider doesn't create the content themselves, Facebook. The leading movie rental company doesn't own any retail stores, Netflix. And now Legal Shield provides legal services in all 50 states and 4 provinces of Canada, but we don't own any law firms. You're at the right place at the right time. So here are your action steps. Number 1, become a member. Download the Legal Shield and the ID Shield mobile apps so you can use the service yourself. That way you don't have to say I heard or I think or they told me. You can say I know. And there's a certain level of conviction that comes with I know. Number 2, become an associate. Set up your website. Thirdly, get trained. Go to connect.legalshield.com/start and start your online tutorial. And fourthly, get paid and promoted. Earn a $360 level up bonus in your first 20 days on top of your commissions. That way you have your own testimony and no one will be able to talk you out of it. Congratulations. Welcome to Legal Shield, and I can't wait to hear about your success story.